Well, Kumarini was was a favorite from the start. I mean, she got into the competition in the most unlikely fashion. I mean, she was one of the people who had registered with us. But when we were having the audition, she actually, I think she fell sick and she couldn't make it. And we had picked our 20 finalists. But then two contestants had to drop out due to personal reasons, so they had to drop out the 20 final from being one of the finalists. So there were two places we had to fill, and Kumari was one of the people we auditioned in the second round, and she auditioned for me. And I remember she was very nervous when she came in, but she sat down and she sang. I think she sang Whitney Houston, I think, for me, and it sounded really good. And she seemed really likable from that that early stage, and she seemed really passionate. That's something I remember, about Kumari, even from the audition stage. She just closed her eyes and belted that song out. I think, we liked that about her, and we thought, she deserved the place, and that's basically how she got into the final 20.
Kumari's first performance of Greatest Love of All was probably a very choiry sort of performance that she gave us, because it was her first, and she was just making that transition from being a chorister to who she is today, which is a solo artist.
Yeah, I mean, it was alright. One thing we did notice was we thought the song was a little bit too big for her. And I think that was a problem that plagued Kumari for a couple of weeks after that. Her song selection was not the best at the start, and that was probably not the right song for her.
I think she was more with the whole falsetto and that operatic voice, and she did a decent performance. She looked very pretty once again, and yeah, it was an okay performance.
She's always got a smile on her face, and she always tries really hard, so we kind of appreciate that about her. But she had to improve.
Well, your voice didn't do the song justice, so because it's such a famous song, people have an expectation that needs to be hit.
I think it wasn't that you picked that song to sing. I think it's just that you just didn't sing it well. There were parts in that song where your voice did so, and it did come out. But I just think maybe it was a lack of practice, or maybe you were not confident enough to sing it. Some of the notes, little bit flat, but besides that, overall, I was happy with the performance.
Back on these days, and the dreams we left behind, I'll be glad, 'cause I was blessed to get to have you in my life.
There You'll Be is one of my favorite songs. I grew up listening to that song by Faith. That's a tremendously powerful song.
Again, wasn't the song that I thought Kumari will try, because after her first battle round, after singing Greatest Love of All, but she is a very ambitious young girl.
Kumi didn't do herself any favors by picking that song, but I think at the same time that was a double-edged sword for her, because by picking that song, I think she really realized what she needed to do and the kind of song she needed to pick.
There were parts that you were very strong, but then you did come through, as it did fall at certain points. So it was okay, but I really believe that if you pick the right song, you could probably come across much stronger.
I think those first 2 weeks were probably the toughest weeks for Kumarini, because she was still kind of getting her feet wet in this competition, and she wasn't really sure where she belonged in this competition. But I think those 2 weeks were the toughest for her. I think after that she kind of found her feet, but those first 2 weeks weren't really her best 2 performances.
From that point onwards, we really started seeing her making better song choices, and as a result, going down the right path.
Hi, for round 4, my song choice was You Gotta Be by Desiree. The reason I chose to sing this is, again, it's a very motivational song. It's the kind of song that I like to sing. Also, I felt that I would be more comfortable on stage with the song since it's not a very high song, it's a more mediocre kind of song. It's not a very recent song, but I thought I can do it justice. Hope you enjoy it.
You gotta be bold, you gotta be bold, you gotta be wiser.
You Gotta Be by Desiree was okay. I think, yeah, I had a part to play in that song selection as well.
All I know, love will save the day.
I actually thought it was much better than her previous performances, and I think I actually gave her credit for listening to what we had told her and what people had obviously told her. It looked like she had rehearsed the song a little bit more, and it looked like it was a song that she could sing, because rather than belting out these huge songs that are sung by people with huge voices, she actually chose someone like Desiree, who has a great voice, but You Gotta Be, it was in her range, and I think she performed it pretty well. I thought, she seemed cute, she looked good, and I thought it was a nice, bubbly performance. I think it's good.
Each time the wind blows, I hear your voice, so I call your name. Whispers at morning, our love is dawning. Heaven's glad you.
I think MJ Night came along, and I think a lot of people had problems picking songs for MJ Night. Michael Jackson week, and I think Kumi picked a duet that Michael Jackson performed with Saida Garrett on the Bad album. It's called I Just Can't Stop Loving You, and surprisingly, I think she did it really well, and I thought that was probably one of her best performances to date.
My choice now, the love you
The thing with Kumi is that she has moments where she sounds stunning, and then she has moments where she sounds very ordinary.
an angel.
I think she did it really well, and I think we all acknowledge that. I think she looked great. She always looks great, and she had taken time to kind of customize her outfit to go with the MJ theme, and we always appreciate that. And I think she really surprised herself with that song. I think that night there were glimpses of what Kumarini could be when she performed that song, and I think I really liked it. I thought it was one of my favorites by Kumi.
If I can't be with you, I just can't stop loving you. Oh, I just can't stop loving you. And if I stop, then tell me just what will I do? 'Cause I just can't stop loving you.
But I tell you, today, you actually seem like you were having fun with that, and you look very comfortable.
You're definitely not going to be in the bottom 4.
Best performance from you so far in the competition?
Seriously, Kumi in the finals would be like just impossible, but I think by top 6, top 7, that possibility was always there in the back of my mind, because I realized that this could easily become a reality, and it did become a reality just simply because of her strong work ethic. You could say she's a hard worker, and she's just been taking this competition very seriously, taking herself very seriously, and it's showing. And I'm really happy to say and proud to say that we have a girl like that in this competition as well.
My advice would be to Kumi would be, well, pick your songs very carefully. Don't try to do too much. Know your limitations and make your voice work for you. Because Kumi is a girl who'll always pursue with her singing. Like I said, she's got a lot of passion, and you have Kumi. You have a lot of passion. You're cute. You look good.
Perform with some energy and some enthusiasm and rock that stage, because you've got a whole bunch of friends and fans who are there rooting for you, and just have fun, because when you have fun, you're beautiful on stage, and we all love what you do on stage. So keep doing what you love.
I think that's the most important thing. Just chill out and have a good time and pick the right songs, and who knows, you might surprise yourself at the finals.